See.
All right. So, first off, chemistry. So the branch of science called chemistry, what does it involve? What do you study if you're studying chemistry? Please do not use the word that it comes from in your definition. Emma?
Using reactions and mixtures, like when two things come together to create
Okay.
something.
Okay, Veronica?
Potions.
Potions, okay.
Wait a minute.
Jonathan?
Elements and compounds and substances.
Okay. Autumn?
Well, you do experiments.
Okay, well you do experience in all science. Herschel?
It's kind of like where if like you're studying when like atoms combine and see what they make.
Okay. Yeah, so chemistry is the study of basically the interactions of atoms with each other and how they form molecules and compounds and how those molecules and compounds, how they behave. So that's what chemistry is. And we're going to start off with the basics. I know some people have studied chemistry a small amount in elementary school, but probably the vast majority for you. So to start off with just some basic definitions related to chemistry. You guys probably heard these words before or learned them. Starting with an atom. So what is an atom? Morgan?
Like tiny little things that make up matter.
Yeah, very tiny things is good. And we call them the building blocks of matter. An atom is the building block of matter. Okay, and the picture on the front of your notes that you just saw and the picture on your objectives, that's a model of an atom. And atoms, however, are made of even smaller particles called subatomic particles, meaning smaller than an atom. And those subatomic particles are protons, electrons, and neutrons. And we'll be learning about those today. So atoms are the building blocks of matter, and they make up elements. What is an element? So I just gave you the periodic table of the elements. So what exactly is an element? Nicole?
It's like different types of atoms that combine. When they combine, they're called compounds.
Okay. So what's an element then?
Like the basic different types of atoms.
Okay. Joey?
So part of a compound.
Okay, they can make up compounds. Bianca?
They're chemicals and also chemically put together into compounds.
Well, that's going to be something else. Jonathan?
There are one or more atoms combined to form one.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. So name an element that you know is something you know is an element. Grant?
Iodine.
Iodine. What's iodine made of? Emma?
Iodine atoms.
Mm-hmm. What's another element? Jonathan?
Osmium.
Osmium? What is osmium made out of?
Osmium.
Just osmium. Hydrogen is made of just hydrogen. Elements are pure substances. They're not made of other things. They're pure. Gold is made of gold. It's just gold atoms. It's pure. So elements are pure. So that list I just gave you are all of the elements that are known to exist on Earth. There's a long list. And all other matter is made of various combinations of these elements. Okay, so then what's a compound? Sachin?
Multiple elements combined.
Yeah, multiple elements combined, bonded together. For example, carbon dioxide is an atom of carbon bonded to 2 atoms of oxygen. That's a compound. It's not a pure substance. It's made of carbon and oxygen. Joey?
Is any
scientists seen atoms before?
Well, atoms, technically with very high-powered electron microscopes and imaging, you can see atoms, but they're very. And we're gonna watch a video today, an animation about sort of the scale of the atom, but they are extremely small, almost difficult to imagine small. Bianca?
Why is oxygen O2 if it's like a pure?
Well, the element is O, but oxygen is called a diatomic compound. It generally bonds with itself and forms two oxygen atoms. Usually you don't find just one single oxygen atom floating around. Usually it's bonded to another oxygen. All right, and finally molecules. Okay, molecules are, so how's a molecule different from an atom? Bianca?
A molecule is groups of atoms?
Yeah, a molecule is made of more than one atom. A molecule is basically the smallest piece of a compound you can have, and it's still has the same properties. So my water bottle, there's millions or billions of water molecules. Now if I take a tiny little droplet out, it's still water. If I separate that droplet into two parts, it's still water. Eventually, if I get down to a single molecule of water, I can't physically do this, but if I could, that's still water, has all the properties of water. But that's the smallest amount of water you can have, is a single molecule of water. What if I split it up again after that? Emma?
It would separate into two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen.
Yeah, then I have something else. I have hydrogen atoms, I have oxygen atoms, so it's no longer water. So a molecule is basically the smallest part of a compound that still has the same properties. All right, so let's use some of these terms. Hydrogen and oxygen. These are both what? What category are those things? Joey?
Atoms?
Not quite.
Oh, no. Elements.
They're both elements. And so if I take two blank of hydrogen, Morgan? Atoms of hydrogen, and I take one atom of oxygen and combine them, they would form one, Jonathan? Molecule of the Sachin? Compound water. That's how those words relate. All right, we said that these atoms are made of smaller parts. We call them the subatomic particles. And if we envision an atom, this is a model of an atom, a drawing. There's a central core of an atom that we call the nucleus. Now, it's not related to the nucleus like in a cell. It's the same word, but they have two completely different meanings. But the nucleus, or the center part of the atom, is in the middle. Okay? And that nucleus has two particles in it.
Is that why parts are green and parts are like orange?
Yeah, these are orange and bluish because one represents protons and one represents the other subatomic particle. So protons are a subatomic particle, and these particles have an electrical charge to them. You can probably guess what protons have, Nicole. They have a positive charge. The other particle in the nucleus is called a neutron. What do you think about their charge? Courtney? That's what a lot of people might think at first, but if you think about the name neutron, Jonathan?
It really doesn't have a charge.
Yes, they're no charge. They are neutral. Okay? They don't have a positive or negative charge. Then the third subatomic particle is not in the nucleus, but it's somewhere outside of the nucleus, actually quite a ways away. And this is called the electron. And electrons have, Nicholas? Negative charge. So we have the center nucleus that has protons and neutrons in a very, very dense core. And then we have lots and lots of empty space and electrons, these negatively charged particles, somewhere on the outside.
Are those dots?
That's what these circles mean. Outside.